Afrobeat has better artists than reggae dancehall, says exec Morris Elias. Is that Elias? All right. So, people, yo, what y'all think of this, man? The man said, idiot talk. Idiot talk. What the man mean by idiot talk? That's the word from music executive Murray Elias, the producer of I'm Still in Love with You by Sean Paul featuring Sasha regarding fellow international producer Russian statement that Afro Beats is in trouble if dancehall acts should unite. Elias, who worked with Supercat and Cutty Ranks, sound off in comment section on MWV's Instagram post on Saturday, saying the dancehall acts just do not have the goods to compete. First, dancehall and unity are oxymorons. It will never happen. Secondly, even if it were to happen, the Afrobeat artists are better songwriters, better singers, better artists than anything coming out of Jamaica. And by better, I mean more commercially on an international crossover level. Also, the Afrobeat music industry is well funded and well run, and the major labels see where it makes money, he said. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, deal I want going over here. So Afrobeats versus dancehall? What y'all said to me, bro?
It's on. It's it's a rivalry. I guess the person Elias, he's saying like Afrobeat there is way ahead of dancehall, and there's no way dancehall can actually pass
Keep up.
Afrobeat. Or, yeah, team up
Oh
because
man.
I think the comment was made by he said Russian if dancehall artists like 15 is pushing a genre at once, Afrobeat will be in trouble.
So yeah, he
Well,
was saying, yeah, that's what he was saying. Like, if we can get 15 artists to push out on the market one time, unite, we can give Afrobeats a run for their money. So he was say he's saying basically Afrobeats would be in trouble. So this exec is saying, please, like, that's an oxymoron. Dancehall artists uniting, ha ha ha, unity in dancehall, shut the hell up. I mean, I do agree with him with this unity conversation. Like, it's
true,
a
I
crab in the
agree too.
bar. It's a crab in the barrel thing. Like, really and truly, I don't see I don't see them unite on that level because it's every man for themselves. There is unity in dancehall, but when it comes down to it, it's tribalistic no matter how you take it, and people are always gonna be gunning and trying to do for themselves and their own camps. So it makes sense why he's saying that they wouldn't unite, but the
Oh,
thing the major thing that he's saying here is secondly, right? Even if that were to happen, right? He's saying that Afrobeats have better songwriters, better singers, and better artists than anything coming out of Jamaica right now. What do you have to say about that?
all right. On the part of unity, because in Afrobeat, the artists they fight, they fight. In reggaeton, they fight. But the thing is, there's a better structure there because you may have all the big artists that are may pushing the genre at a specific moment. They're actually beefing, like they have their beef. But the way how they structure their thing and how they do it, there's a structure there. So even though they're beefing, there's a structure there. There's a business side of it.
Yes,
That is
yes.
what is there. There's a business side of it. So they know even though they have their beef, there's a business side of it. We're like, listen, there could be a Burna Boy, a Davido, a Wizkid. There may be beefing, but there's a business side of it, and they have to understand that part. In reggaeton, it's the same. You could have Anuel, he's fighting with Archangel, but there's a business side of it. Bad Bunny, Farouk, all of them, but there's a business side of it that they have there. Okay.
Yes. So
Now,
that
on the thing with the better songwriters in Afrobeats, I'm not sure.
okay, all right. So I'm gonna speak on that, right? And here's the thing. I'm not necessarily gonna say there is better songwriters and better singers because here's the thing. Jamaica might have the better singers, like Tess and Chin, for example, right? We have better singers known. We got singers that win the voice and other musical competition and stuff like that, right? So we do have the goods when it comes to singers, right? We do also have the goods when it comes to songwriters and artists overall. But what we're putting out on the international market, because he did point out he's talking about commercially on an international crossover level, and being that we're not currently producing that much crossover, it's note that we have in the past with Shaggy, Sean Paul, etc., but nowadays we're not put out such big crossover. It's like they're doing on a mass scale, from the Vito, the Burna Boy, the Wizkids, and a whole bunch of artists. You know what I'm saying? Tyler, whatever her name is. A whole bunch of Afrobeats artists. Music is more appealing with the melody, the beats. It's more commercial. It's more acceptable worldwide more than dancehall. So if that's the argument, I mean, I can't argue with him because their music is more commercially acceptable right now. Yes or
True.
no?
That is facts. And now I get a better understanding of what he's trying to say now with the songwriters and whatever. But what I'm saying now, the songwriters, we can say they have songwriters, but as I said, there's a business side of it. So these artists, they may have songwriters or people that may have ghostwriters. So they're marketing, they're getting these writers to write these songs, to market these songs commercially. All right. So it could take off internationally and cross over. In dancehall, there's no one doing that right now. So everyone is writing their own song. So we don't have any artists that is, well, we have some artists that are signed, but they don't have any writers that are giving them
Professional.
a
They are their
professional
own
writers.
writers.
They are their own writers. So it's actually dancehall artists writing their own lyrics. But for these artists, there are people writing their song and putting them commercial. All right. So there's a thing like dancehall. They're good writers. They're writing their own lyrics. But you have to understand that these artists, they're on a label. They have professional writers. They when they go, because they have the leverage,
It's a
and
package.
they have the package, so they can go to the labor and negotiate and say, listen, we want these, what, and stuff like that. So these are the things that are happening there. Okay.
Okay, and let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? He did point out that they are more organized, you know what I'm saying? They're well run and well funded. So their music industry, like the Afrobeat music industry in comparison to the dancehall industry, is more of a well-oiled machine, and labels see where it makes sense to invest. I mean, they are investing in dancehall, but it's not paying off. And he's gonna go on to speak on that. Um what did he say, right? He did not stop there. He blasted several dancer artists who signed deals recently and are yet to turn a profit for record labels or see any major chart success, calling all of them flops. All the dancehall signings have been flops, or the jury is still out. He said. Ellis did not spare words as he included reggae acts in the group of no starters, saying Protege and Layla Ike flopped and were just dropped. Wow, they were dropped. Okay. Protege
Wow.
told WMV that he has left RCA with his masters intact. However, Layla Ike is set to drop her debut album this year on RCA Records, right? Ellis contends that a lot of money is being spent on artists from Jamaica, but they are not delivering on the hits. Singling out Shenseea as one example. And despite all the hype and all the money spent, and a shitload of money has been spent, Shenseea has yet to have a bona fide hit record on her own. Like, wow, bro. Like, damn. Like, yo, they throwing rock stones at Shenseea, man. Like, they
Yeah.
putting big rocks, yo. Big rock stone, yo. What you
Yeah.
guys say?
Shenseea, you getting it. And this is what happened when you say some things that you don't need to say. This is what, like, when Shenseea is gonna say, like, she's above dance, or not like that. She's like, she's trying to move to a different, like, why would you say that? Like, just stick to dancehall, do what you're doing, try to find that song. You sign to the label, try to get these writers, Try to get these professional writers.
Yeah,
Try to give you the song, but no.
but that's hard though. That's hard. While she's looking for the hit, but she wants to do, and like what Russian said, Shenseea, what the fans want from her and what she wants to produce are two different things. And originally I said the same thing before anybody said it. I was early on it and I said, Shenseea, yo, this forget the soca, forget the hip hop, forget the singing. Like your hardcore dancehall is what's really doing it for you, like with your little sing J, and you should continue that. But hey, you can't blame people for wanting to step out and go bigger. But the it's like she's not producing the it's, and let's be honest, Ellis is not lying when it comes to the investment that's being put into these dancehall acts, and nothing is coming out, unfortunately. So that is why he's saying Afrobeat. But DL, Afrobeat, right? I mean, the market for Afrobeat, isn't it a way larger? I mean, just the country, a country, shit, a tiny island of 3 million versus a continent of 1.5 billion. I mean, just by sheer numbers, we are a speck in comparison to the
Yeah,
continent of Africa.
a small dot.
Yeah, so I don't expect us to do the numbers they're doing, and it's like it's kind of hard, yeah, because Bob Marley and Shaggy and Sean Paul, we have way bigger artists than Afrobeats
Would
have
you
ever
say
put
would you
out.
say like dancehall is the smallest genre market?
Um, it's not the
No.
smallest, I mean, you do have like soca and calypso and stuff like that.
Like
But
okay, in the ranking, like it would be like not like reggaeton is very big. Latin market is like all those Spanish country is reggaeton Latin market, and Afrobeats is a continent. Uh,
Yeah. You do have a point right there, because even when you think about it, calypso and soca, it tends to spread across the Caribbean rather than just relegated to a country like Jamaica in terms of reggae dancehall. So
yeah,
we're literally kind of like the home base, main base, and everything else is kind of a knockoff. You know what I'm saying? While soca and calypso, from whichever island, it would still be authentic, because it's from the Caribbean. And not saying it is specific to Trinidad or Barbados or Grenada, St. Vincent, etc.,
yeah.
etc. So in terms of that dance, we do have the smallest market as far as home base go. To be honest with you, because the Caribbean is like 50
It
million people versus 3 million Jamaican.
okay. I'm not saying it can get bigger. It can get bigger, but we need that business side of it. Not just everyone going in, grab the bag, and everyone just get signed and they get okay, they get comfortable. No, if there's a business side of the dancehall of promoting dancehall and reggae, because it's dancehall and reggae. If we get the business structure part of it, and we just do business and not just doing it to I'm just get collecting the bag, oh he's my friend and stuff like that, then
But
we could have a structure. But
but
because we do
But the
uh-huh
labels, but the labels are investing and they're putting in the structure. That's where it's kind of confusing for Shenseea. She had everything and it's still didn't work.
because
That's where
it
it's
didn't work
crazy.
because the labels are doing what they're doing, but I guess some of these artists do not have the business knowledge of doing the right thing. So they get the help, they get the machine, but when they should say, listen, this is how we're going to use the machine, this is how it works here, this is how we have to do it, they do not have that side of it. So they get the money and they get comfortable not knowing, like,
But
come on, you get a machine, push the genre now,
so
push
so
it now.
so they get the machine, they get the money, but they fail to produce the goods. Then
Exactly.
Ellis would be right in terms of it's not just about unity. Unity is not the main or the underlying factor here, because really and truly the problem is their lack of ability to produce major hits. And let's be honest, we're not producing the major hits, because even drift, in terms of drift in comparison to the Afrobeats, it's like drift is not even ranked like nowhere close to these Afrobeats. It's like what is that song? Is that her name Tyla with the song Water? Like,
I'm not sure. I'm not
yeah, it
sure.
made me sweat, made me harder. That song, right? I think her name is Ty. You know what I mean? I don't even know people name. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
Is it Taylor, Tyler, Water? Listen, like yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's Tyler. I guess Tyla, Tyla. So white people, yeah. All right. So her name is Tyla with the song Water, right? All right. Water took off. You know, the official music video have 104 million 3 months ago release. The audio have 37 million, and this song it has taken off, right? It has blown up for her. And I'm just saying, as a young artist that's doing her thing, she's everywhere right now, man. On every interview, the song is everywhere, right? And saying all of that to say, like, this is every on the TikTok. This is every. You know the song I'm talking about, right? Well, obviously you
I
should
think I
know.
think I think I know
Come
the
on,
song.
man. That's that TikTok anthem, man. That's make me sweat, make me harder.
I
She
think I
took
know it. I think I
what?
know it.
Of course, you know it, man. Come on, make me lose my like this is the thing, man. Like, oh man, well we got commercials, man. We don't want to see no commercial here. Get out of here. Like this right here, when she starts to shake her bum with and pour the water over, and they got that challenge, and everybody's like literally like, yo, they may not even play this next thing. I get a copyright, but like this thing is everywhere, man. Like, and one of the funny things about it that I gotta laugh about, right? Um, you know that girls have the TikTok challenge where they play the song, and if their man looks, they fail the challenge. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
what kind
think
of
I know that
stupid
one.
game? What kind of stupid game is that? Like, because, like, bro, like, honestly, listen, I'm not saying she's not attractive, but I'm just gonna say she has a little girl's body, and I find it weird, like grown man looking at that little girl's body. I know she is young. It's like yo, like little girl. She has a little girl body. Why, whatever, man. Like I can't be bothered. But, ladies and gentlemen, Afro beats are dancehall. We're all Africans, and I mean, we're all Africans, and I don't want it to be a beef between reggae dancehall versus Afro beats. Like, I mean, we're Africans. Why? What are we beefing over? I know we're tribalistic as shit, but what is there to beef over? The truth of the matter is, Afrobeats is doing better than dancehall, and we need to shape up. Like real talk, like we need hits, man. We need to start producing some hits, and that's the problem. We're not producing the commercial hits, and what this guy said, I know it's a bitter pill to swallow. It's hard. I mean, a lot of our people is gonna be like, "Fuck out of here, you stupid! You know what you're talking about." But he does have a point. They're producing way more commercialized song than we're producing. They're producing more hits than we're producing. Do your isn't facts or not?
It is facts. They're selling
So
more.
So they're selling more, they're producing more. So if the question is who's doing it and it's them that's doing it, so are we gonna say we have the better songwriters, we have the better everything, but we're just not producing better than them? Like,
That's that's the truth. We're not doing that. We're not producing. They're doing it. They structure their thing. They're moving forward. They're bringing Afrobeat. They're
so,
doing it. Right.
so that because that's the question. Like, if we have everything it takes more than them, but we're producing less than them, like, wouldn't that make us a failure? I'm just saying, either way. Because if you know, all right, if you know how to do it, you know how to do it, you know what to do, but you're failing to do it. Like, what really are you doing then? Really and truly.
That is why he said all these artists that are signed are flop. Like he's talking, even in that article, it goes on to mention a lot more artists albums, and he's saying that all these albums are flop. He mentioned a few of them. I think he mentioned Buju Banton is flop. Um it goes on.
What
I think Massacre, they said Massacre is flop. Pure is
I
like
didn't
they're saying that
I didn't like that aspect of the article because it is biased. It did talk about Buju Banton. I think it said 53,000 or something like that overall, or whatever lifetime sales. And I found it ridiculous that they took the time to get Buju Banton numbers, but did not take the time to get the rest of artists' numbers. Because you're gonna style Shenseea, you should give her overall numbers, and that's unfair because her overall numbers I
Yes.
think is more than Buju Banton numbers. And Massacre numbers is probably more than the Buju Banton numbers. Well, not for this album, for the previous album, the 438. I'm just
Yeah,
pointing out that
48.
I think it's only fair that if you're gonna show the overarching numbers, you should show it for everybody to keep it fair, because it is misleading. Because our music and our stream and consume is different from other. Our stream, consume, and track is different from other music because it's more personalized. Like we the artists, our peoples have to go out and search for these numbers and submit these numbers or request these numbers, while the other artists them have the machine behind them that's doing all of that. Because our artists don't a lot of the times don't even got the right UPC code, the right IRSC codes and stuff like that. Like the numbers are not being
Yes.
tracked properly.
It's like the system that they're using is not upgraded. Like we're still in the old age. Like we need to upgrade the system. Like what system we're using now? Like it's
W-
2024. It's been
Windows
2020.
98, man.
Like
We still on that
that's
Windows 98.
upgrade the thing, people. Like do the right. Like get these codes tracked. Get these. We should have our body that is tracking these numbers for our artists.
Real talk, real talk.
We should have people for dancehall reggae getting these deals and knowing that we try to negotiate contract for artists and get leverage, get professional writers. This is what we want. We want this promotion when we that is these are the people that we need in dancehall. We need a
Real
we need a
talk.
battle for that. We need a battle for the Grammy also. We need these people. We need people to organize and come together if dancehall is gonna be like that. Even though everyone has their own camp, but there should be that person, that body of person that can talk to everyone in dancehall. We don't have to link together because Afrobeat they're not actually united. Reggaeton they're actually not united. It's just the body of people who can talk to each and everyone understand the business. That's what is going on is these in this genre. Hip hop, R&B, they're not united. It's just the business part of it. People
Real talk.
want to collect their money. So dancehall need to get that body of people in place for in order for us to do the right thing. We don't
Ah,
have to be friendly. Like get the
that's
body of
true.
people that can go around and talk to each camp, each big artist. That's how it is.
Now that's real talk. That's real talk. That's real talk. But people, and I'm saying thank y'all for watching this segment. And I'm saying it's My Dream Podcast episode 2. If you're enjoying, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a comment. If you want to see more, just type more, type more. Yo, dog. Yeah,